I'm a hand grenade holding, Chinese star tossing, screaming Jay Hawkins in the Walkman, bomb press to the airport. I'm a twisted fuck with sick thoughts, on your block with a blowtorch. I'm straight country, redneck, stay away from me. Jack Dempsey, G Tunney, I don't need money. I'm a
guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we're taking a look at a fragrance from the house of Joop. This one is called Joop Wild. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of this house, if not this fragrance. And before we deep dive into the scent, let's talk about the house quickly. Joop is a German fashion and cosmetic brand, and it was started in 1978 by a gentleman named Wolfgang Joop. And this was and is a fashion line that introduced a men's collection in 1982, but really over the long haul, what they've best been known for is certainly their fragrances. Their first scent was Joop Femme, which came out in 1987, and then the follow-up was Joop which came out in 1989. Both did very well and sort of helped to transition them from a fashion house to a lifestyle brand. And today they do fragrances, accessories, eyewear, clothing, and home goods. Wolfgang left the company in 2001, but a Swiss company called Holy Fashion Group acquired Joop sometime later. Now their fragrance division is owned by Cody, and they have 38 fragrances in their lineup. I own two. I own Joop Homme Summer Ticket, which I got at TJ Maxx for cheap, and this one. And the reason why I purchased this one is I saw some pretty good feedback about this one in some of the fragrance groups online. I saw this one at TJ Maxx. This 75 ml bottle was, I want to say, 15 bucks. And so basically I was like, fuck it, you know, I like to have at least one from every house, two if I like the first one, and I did think Joop Summer Ticket was decent, so I went with this one. As of now, I don't have plans to purchase anything else from this house. I would love to get the discontinued and now very hard to find What About Adam. That fragrance came out in 1992, and many consider it to be the best tomato leaf fragrance of all time. If I saw some of their other flankers cheaply discounted, I might consider them because they really do have this reputation for cheap, powerful, sweet fragrances of a somewhat decent quality. Now, this one came out in 2012, and the perfumer on this one was Eleanor Massenet. Eleanor also has done Only for the Brave by Diesel, Intuition for Men by Estee Lauder, which I really like, Jazz Club by Mason Martin Margiela, which I really like, a whole bunch of scents from Memo, and one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Antidote by Viktor and Rolf. So very good perfumer. Your notes on this one are going to be pink pepper at the top, rum in the middle, white tobacco, and woods in the base. You should be able to find this one online for no more expensive than between $15 and $30, depending on what size bottle you like. So, presentation on this one, the box, Joop Homme Wild, it kind of has this metallic looking finish. You can see the O is a skeleton or a skull. Same thing on the back, ingredients on the side, Parfum Joop on the other side, barcode on the bottom, and little insignia on the top. The bottle is the same shape as standard Joop bottles. It's just a darker purple. The cap is sort of a shiny metallic looking material, but it is clearly plastic. The atomizer works fine. Very good distribution of fragrance, and you have your sticker on the bottom that also has the batch code. So and the bottle shape is sort of a semicircle. No problems for me with the presentation. Obviously not blow away, but nothing like cheap either. So it's fine as far as I'm concerned. And as far as the fragrance goes, this is not a bad fragrance. It's a nice scent, but the issue for me is that, to me, this is really a 1 million copy in almost every way possible. It's the opening is close to 1-to-1. You've got this sort of boozy fruit punch vibe with pink pepper. It has that bubblegum thing going on in a big way, and it comes out the bottle blasting. And the good thing is that you can get this for around $15. For that, it almost does as good a job as 1 million. You might want to take a look at this one if 1 million is on your to purchase list. This is a very linear fragrance, but I will say the main difference between, for me at least, this one and 1 million is that as this one dries down, this one gets boozy. Almost like a darker rum vibe, and it becomes a little bit more mature and a little bit less high school dance, but it's not complicated. You know, just think fruity bubblegum opening of 1 million, drying down to like a bubblegum and rum sort of thing. Also gets a little bit less sweet as it dries down, which is appealing. So that if 1 million is sort of like a high school scent, this maybe is sort of like a junior college fragrance. It's not that complex, it's not that unique, but it's fun, and it's certainly sticking to the Joop theme of being big and over the top and sweet. The notes are not that natural, they are synthetic. I think they're even more synthetic than 1 million. And I don't really think it's a true flanker of Joop, as it doesn't really have any of the characteristics of the original like Summer Ticket or some of their other flankers do. Performance on this one for me was very good. It doesn't beat like the original, but you hit yourself with 2 or 3 sprays, you're gonna get through the day or night with this. A nice projection, nice sillage. It's not as strong as 1 million, but it's right there. Who is this for? I could totally see a woman wearing this if she was into fruity sort of bubblegummy fragrances, but I do think either way this is a scent that's going to appeal to a younger audience. I don't think this is a scent for mature or older guys. As far as when you can wear this, to me it's a 3-season scent. It's a very casual fragrance. For me, I really would never wear this unless I was doing anything that's sort of hanging around the hood or hanging around the house. Really, I couldn't picture it for more than that for me. If you're unable to get your hands on this and you do want something similar, well then of course you could look at 1 million, and on the low end you could take a look at Cuba Royal, Cuba Paris Royal. You guys know that Cuba Paris is the company with the fragrances and the cigar shaped bottles, and they do very, very good jobs of copying popular imitation scents, and Cuba Royal is the imitation of 1 million. If someone were trying to talk you into purchasing this one, I think they would tell you that it's cheap. Most people will like this one on you. It will smell good, it's fun, and it's kind of cool that Joop went somewhat modern. I think if someone were trying to persuade you to skip this one, they would probably tell you that you're not going to get anything new with this release. 1 million exists. 1 million is probably better than this, so unless you really don't want to spend the extra $20 or $30 you're going to spend for 1 million, why would you purchase this fragrance? For me, the score is really easy on this one. This is a 5 out of 10. Not a bad scent, nothing to go nuts over. If you have 1 million or one of the million impersonators, you're doing good, you're fine. If you collect Joop or want that kind of a scent like 1 million but with a little bit of a boozy or dry down, you can definitely give this one a look. If not, I think you could definitely skip it. It's not original, it doesn't perform like the big boys, and it's not that readily available. I would leave it alone and just get 1 million. But that's my opinion on Joop Homme Wild. I definitely wanted to review a Joop fragrance, so who knows, maybe we'll do another one in the future. But if you have any questions about this one, I'd be more than happy to answer. You can see, I actually, you know, I've worn a decent bit of this. As I said, just because I kind of don't mind it hanging around the house. And I actually had a friend who really liked this, so I gave him a couple, I think 3 mLs. In a little bottle, but it is what it is, and that's what it is. So guys, we'll be back next week with more videos. Again, any questions, please feel free to reach out. My name is Maximilian.
With a bitch legs cocked up, my flow is like snow cooked up, bust like Mo shook up, screaming 5-0 down, crooks up. You blind dumb, don't look up. When hungry, dirty down, niggas hook up. Get your ice.